What's going on? A pluses, nerd mixes. It is your boy Indy Uchiha. Yo, we had another episode of What If, a very special episode of What If. Chadwick Boseman's episode of What If. What if T'Challa became Star Lord? I really enjoyed this particular episode. First off, T'Challa became a better Star Lord than Peter Quill has even managed to be in his pinky finger. Like, it's crazy. And the essence of T'Challa that Chadwick Boseman put into this character was phenomenal. You felt every moment, every line, every situation. It was just a really well put together episode. Let's get into about what happened. So basically with this episode, it was a what if I'm getting kind of emotional, man. I really like Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther. I love the way he portrayed T'Challa. So I get a little choked up when trying to talk about this. But what was different this time? Yandu, instead of going to get Peter Quill himself, because if you guys remember Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know in Guardians of the Galaxy that Peter Quill was picked up, right? After his mom had passed away. In Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we find out that Ego sent Yandu to get Peter Quill. And then after some time and knowing what Ego was going to do with Peter, Yandu decided to raise Peter himself, right? So in this one, Yandu passes the buck to the Ravengers and has them go to pick up Peter Quill. But they're looking for like abnormal alien signatures and stuff like that, right? Because Peter Quill is supposed to be like a walking battery energy. You know, he's half god, basically. And since Wakanda is sitting on like vibranium comet, you know, they end up picking up T'Challa instead. And it was kind of funny. 2 ear holes, 2 eye holes, 1 foot hole, you know, and they didn't even pay attention to even if T'Challa looked anything like Peter Quill looked. The jokes in this were hilarious. But of course, you got Jeffrey Wright, who is playing the Watcher the entire time, and he's narrating one. You know what I'm saying? So this time, Chadwick Boseman was playing Star-Lord, T'Challa as Star-Lord. They got Michael Rooker to come back to play Yondu. Dijon, I can never pronounce this dude's name right. Jaman Hasu is Korath the Pursuer. Because you remember Korath was always going after Star-Lord, didn't know who Star-Lord was. That was one of the funniest things the Guardians of the Galaxy was like, you don't know who I am? I'm Star-Lord. Who? You know, Chris Sullivan playing Taserface. Karen Gillian does Nebula. Josh Brolin comes back to do Thanos. And this right here blew my mind, because this showed me how much I want a Howard the Duck animated series, right? Seth Green voicing Howard the Duck. Deanna Gural's Okoye. John Candy as T'Chaka. Angela Bassett returned as Ramonda. Benedict Del Toro, of course, is the Collector. Carrie Coon played Proxima Midnight. Kurt Russell returned as Ego, and Sean Gunn is Kraglin. And of course, Tom lawyer is Ebony Maw. So you had some of everybody in here. And we didn't get Dave Bautista return as Drax. We did get the media stuff coming that Bautista wasn't asked, but the producer Brad, what is his name? Hold on. Brad Winderbaum said it was a miscommunication. That's why Bautista wasn't asked to come back. But the episode was really, really dope. And you actually get to see like the positive influence that T'Challa had on the entire universe. Like the entire universe was better off with T'Challa being Star-Lord. And that just shows you the type of person T'Challa was. He ended up being like a galactic Robin Hood. He was stealing from the rich, giving back to those in need. And they showed him as like a character who always wanted to see what was like outside the walls of Wakanda, but we all know how that goes. How T'Chaka always told him that it's nothing but war and hate, you know what I'm saying, outside of these walls, and people don't understand it, people don't deserve the technology and everything we have. So when he got the chance to just fly the stars, you know, he took off and did as a young kid, didn't even think twice about leaving his family. This is a harder one to do because of the passing of Chadwick Boseman and just waiting on what was going to be, you know what I'm saying, his last portrayal as the character of T'Challa. Come to find out in recent reports though that Chadwick Boseman does appear in 4 episodes in this What If series, playing different versions of the character T'Challa. So at least we get more of him playing this character, and they even said he was really happy being able to play different versions of T'Challa and really energetic about it. So we know now how T'Challa goes about. It picks up on the heist on Nowhere. Basically, T'Challa and Nebula planned a heist. Yes, Nebula, who I agree with. Let's say I think Dinner Geek and somebody else said this on Twitter. I think I read it that Nebula looked kind of like a Jessica Rabbit. She wasn't all cybernetic because of something we'll talk about in a second, which I thought was like hands down one of the best things when it came in this season. She's friendly now. She seems like she's sending them on missions to do stuff. So that's pretty interesting. Not the heist on Nowhere. That's what happened second. But you know, the heist where they pick up on in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, right? When they're going to get the Power Stone. And it's crazy because they're going to get the Power Stone in this alternate timeline to basically try to save a dying star, to save a civilization. So it's not like they're going to get it because they're getting paid. They're paid mercenaries, anything like that. And that's where Star Child runs into Karath. And he's actually heard of Star-Lord and just starts fangirling all over T'Challa because he's like a galactic Robin Hood. He's like so into T'Challa that he even begs to join the Ravagers and ends up joining them. Like after T'Challa beats them all up, he beat the crap out of everybody there. He actually picks up Karath and takes him with him. You get the same scene come out with this thing, and Ravagers never come alone. And then you get Yondu doing the little whistle, everything going, and then they got the Infinity Stone to try to, you know, like I said, save that dying star from peril. There's a lot of fates in this episode that T'Challa being Star-Lord has changed. There was no Infinity War because he talked to Thanos and convinced Thanos that there was a better way to achieve his goals than genocide. He saved Drax's home world from the Kree invasion, so Drax didn't end up on a mission searching for Thanos to kill him like he did, because he basically stopped Thanos from going to do what he was going to do. So in turn, Nebula and all of them didn't go through the things that they went through, right? So that is crazy. But then you get Nebula coming to T'Challa and telling him about some type of cosmic dust that like a terraform ecosystems that, you know, T'Challa's like, we could feed thousands of worlds in a universe with something like that. I think they called them the Embers of Genesis. So, but I don't think they even did they. I don't know. I think it was the Empress Genesis. But the only problem is the person who had a hold of him was the Collector. And since Thanos was gone, the Collector kind of stepped up and filled that power vacuum of Thanos not being there. And Thanos is a Ravager. He's running around with the Ravagers. They're joking about him wanting to do genocide at once. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just become like a dark joke. And I was there for it. It was actually really well done the way they did that. So T'Challa and Nebula plan a heist on Nowhere, which Yandu was actually against because of how powerful the Collector is right now. But in turn, he went ahead and went for it. That the Black Order is now working for the Collector, and they have to try to avoid the Black Order in order to be able to finish this mission that they want to do. So Infinity War didn't happen, but it's crazy because what was it? I think I wrote it down. All the different things that the Collector had collected, because like if you're looking through the episode and you're watching, there's like so many Easter eggs. The Howard the Duck appearance, the fact that the Collector, he got Hela's headpiece, he had Thor's hammer, he had Captain America's shield, and it just makes you want to know those stories about what happened and why the Collector had these things. It was really really cool. But you get this whole heist gone wrong of them trying to get uh this what they want from the Collector, and then the battle with the Collector. It was just really 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 good, man. uh the Drax cameo with them talking to Drax and the jokes he was cracking and taking the picture with T'Challa to send to his family was really really cool. um the wondering if Thanos was going to fall back to his old plan, but with him being part of the Ravagers, kind of like how Peter Quill is pulled from Ego, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is like they kept him in line with him being there, and then like I said, that just became like a running joke with him wanting to commit suicide to half the universe. It is a really dark joke, but it is really cool. A couple of the standout moments that I really liked, I really love the fact that they took this time to show um the impact that one person could have. The difference between Peter Quill and T'Challa. That to T'Challa going through the same exact thing that Peter Quill did, being adopted and taking him being a fundamentally different person, the effect he had on the universe compared to Peter Quill. You know what I'm saying? He was just a better Star Lord than Peter Quill was, and just made the universe a better place. It's like, what if no Infinity War, no Endgame? Do we need the Avengers? You know what I'm saying? It's like it almost felt like all the Universal threats were just gone. You know. So, and again, Seth Green's performance as Howard the Duck was amazing. So when they get to the thing, T'Challa finds like a warship, like a Wakanda, well, not a warship, but like a Wakandan ship that the Collector had got, and realized that Yandu lied to him because Yandu had told him that he was going to take him back to Wakanda, but Wakanda was destroyed. Um, but you think that thinking about how Peter Quill would react in that situation compared to how T'Challa acted, the relationship between Yondu and T'Challa was so respectful and like a father and son type relationship, like stronger than him and Peter ever had until Yondu died. That they're able to just talk it out. It was like no fight, no harshness or anything like that. Really, they had to talk it out, and then at the end of the episode, you end up with them going back to Wakanda and Peter reuniting with King T'Chaka. I mean, not Peter, but T'Challa reuniting with King T'Chaka and the rest of his family and introducing him to the family that he's been with. You know what I'm saying? And I am there for Peter becoming Star-Lord / Black Panther, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, with the Ravengers as, you know what I'm saying, his guard. I'm looking for that. But that would be amazing. Like, make that a series. But meanwhile, you get Ego, who finds Peter mopping the floor at the Dairy Queen, yo. But without having the Guardians of the Galaxy, does Peter give in, and does that mean the end of the world? Because what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 didn't happen, and Ego actually gets what he wants. I'm loving these what ifs and the concepts that they are putting out there. This was a supremely very good episode. Very well done. I can't wait for these other episodes that Chadwick Boseman is in, and I can't wait till next week. This is becoming one of the highlights of my week, next to the new show Heels that I am covering. The first episode was reviewed up here on A Plus Hero Report. Man, I cannot wait to see what happens with these. I'm hoping that I can get Stuart to join me for one of these reviews so we could bounce some stuff off of each other. But man, I am in love with this what if series so far, and I'm looking very much forward to their anime series, Star Wars Visions, which I know me and Forsaken are going to tear that apart, get all into that, and break that all down. What did you guys think about this episode of What If? Man, T'Challa becomes Star-Lord. Put it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can follow us everywhere at A Plus Opinions, and you can follow me everywhere at Nerd Mix Alpha. But we also have a Patreon. Now, on my way out, I'm going to let Adam tell you how you could join the Patreon and the benefits of that. Until next time, guys, this is Indy Uchiha, Mr. Nerd Mix Alpha himself. What if? I'm out.
If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/A+opinions. And as always, remember, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.